Okay, my beloved, this evening would like to speak to you and all of us about rejoicing in distress, rejoicing while being in trouble. How can we rejoice when we are going through some rough seas? How can we rejoice when things are not going the way we anticipated for them to go, or they're not going the way we really would like them to go? Rejoicing in distress. Rejoicing when things are closing in on us and suffocating us. First, what does it mean to be rejoicing in distress? What does it mean? Well, we know, according to the biblical teachings, for we walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7, St. Paul says, we walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. Because, my beloved, sight is to do with feelings. Sight is to do with feelings. But faith is to do with promises. Why is sight is to do with feelings? Because everything that is visible to the naked eye, everything that is visible to the naked eye has got to do with the intellect. Because the moment you see things, your intellect starts to think about it. And the moment you start thinking about those things, feelings, emotions kick in. And therefore your judgment will ultimately be based on how you felt about it and how your emotions moved in relation to what you witnessed. In other words, sight is to do with the tangible realm, with the physical realm, with the materialistic realm, and faith is to do with the spiritual realm, the non-tangible, the invisible realm. So St. Paul in 2 Corinthians 5:7 calls us and encourages us to say we walk by faith, not by sight. Because if you walk by sight, you will end up using your feelings and emotions. You see, the human being is made out of three components: body, soul, and spirit. 1 Thessalonians 5:23. St. Paul again says in 1 Thessalonians 5:23, we are made out of body, soul, and spirit. What makes up the soul are five components. There is the subconscious mind, there is the conscious mind, there is the will, there is the feelings and the emotions, and there is the thought. So in the soul, there is the subconscious mind, there is the conscience. Your subconscious and conscience, subconscious affects the conscience, which is your rational mind, your intellect. And then the will, then the feelings and the emotions, then the thought. My goodness, five things play humongous role in what you see and what you hear. And that's why St. Paul says you need to be careful that when you follow Christ, you better follow him by faith, not by sight. Some people, when they come to the Lord Jesus, they expect certain things done by him for them. So they wait for a miracle, they wait for a sign, they wait for heaven to open up, angels come down, like unbelievable supernatural things to happen. And when they don't see that, then they don't feel the Lord anymore. That's why it's vital. You follow the Lord by faith, not by sight. On this I could dwell, but for about 9 hours and 59 minutes. But I'll have to move on. Now, so we walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. Memorize it. 2 Corinthians 5:7. We walk by faith, not by sight. It's good to memorize biblical verses. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. It's good. It will help you in times of distress.